G'day trendsetters, I'm John with Gravel Cyclist, coming to you today with the SRAM eTap Force Wide Part 2 build video. In this video I'm going to show you the frame set, which is the Ribble CGR-SL. Ribble Cycles was founded in 1897 in Preston in the United Kingdom, and they've been doing a roaring business since that time. They ship all over the world and they also manufacture their own line of frames, which I'll show you momentarily. Before I do that, I wanted to cover real quick some of the other stuff that's part of this build process, and that is the new Zip 303S carbon wheel set. I ran a feature on that wheel set, which I'll link in the description below. Additionally, you can also see part 1 of this video in the description below. Zip, who are owned by SRAM, not only sent me the wheels to review, but also this build's going to include a full Zip cockpit. So I've got Zip handlebars, Zip 27.2 by 350mm seat post, Zip stem, Zip handlebar tape, and the new to market eTap multi-click shifters. That's the rest of these goodies covered. Let's check out the frame for the build. And this frame was shipped from the UK to my house in the United States in 3 days. So it's pretty speedy. They do a very nice job of packing everything. This frame is very, very secure. This looks like two headsets. There are crown races, looks like top caps, and binder bolts for the seat post, and also the ports for shifting. This bike includes a seat post. It is not a completely round seat post, so it is custom to the frame. It has a slightly aero shaping to it. And here's the fork. Now, just so you know, I've removed some of the wrapping already to save a little bit of time. No one wants to watch me unwrap everything in excruciating detail. It's kind of boring. There is the fork. It's tapered. And you can see internalized cables for the fork and flat mounting. Pretty much standard equipment these days in 2020. And here you go, the frame itself. Let's get this little beauty unwrapped. I'll tell you one thing, Ribble does not mess around when they pack a bike. This is about the 3rd layer of protective packing. So you are guaranteed of receiving your lovely frame set or complete bike in one piece. There's nothing worse than receiving a beautiful machine and it being broken in transit. Here we are, the Ribble Cycle CGR-SL. As you can see, it's got provision for 1x or 2x drivetrains, and you've got mounting points on the down tube and seat tube for bottle cages. They also use a neat system for cable management related to the shifting. They enter here, and the rear brake enters just behind the head tube on the non-drive side. Brakes are flat mounted, as you'd expect nowadays. At the rear of the frame, you can see that's where the brake housing would exit, and hopefully this angle you can see that you've got the distinctive drop side chainstay, which provides plenty of clearance. And people will love this, an English thread bottom bracket. There's also provision for fender and rack mounts, and obviously the bike is running through axles front and rear. This frame feels pretty light, so you know what I'm going to do? People will dig this. I'm going to throw it onto the gram scale right now. This is difficult to film because I have no helper. You're looking at about 1,231 grams for the frame. That includes the cable guides that will be removed once the installation of all the parts has happened. That also includes fixing bolts, by the way. And the fork, uncut, don't forget that part, uncut, will stay 526 grams. So you're going to lose a little bit of weight by chopping it. A fork is not something I want to skimp weight on, especially on gravel roads. I want reliability. I don't want the bloody thing to break. And it looks to me like it's got a ton of clearance. We'll soon find out. Let's throw the seat post on. 195 grams. That's quite light for a 350mm long seat post. Good stuff. The headset, 144 grams, including the expander. It's quite a heavy expander. I could definitely substitute that if I had to. This is the seat post wedge, 25 grams. And this is likely a little gasket that goes over the seat post between the frame, and this is also like a cap atop the headset. It's a pretty chunky piece. I might be able to see if I can get away with not using this. It does feel pretty weighty. Well, yeah, that piece is 64 grams. Whew. And a little gasket, 10 grams. All jokes aside, when you're on gravel roads, you don't really worry about the weight so much. It's all about being comfortable, having your bike set up appropriately to deal with the long ride at hand. As a friendly FYI, this is one of 2 really cool project builds I have in the hopper right now. I'll link the second one in the description below. In addition to these project bikes, I've got some other really cool content in the hopper, including ride experience videos and product reviews. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos as they appear on the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Tell your friends.